We've got 10 minutes on the clock. Let's start the show here. Next 10 minutes, uninterrupted basketball talk. Here we go. Clock starts now. Alrighty. Yesterday in the NBA, do we even care? NFL was on. Do we care? Yeah, we still care a little bit. So let's start here with the first game up. Spurs at Lakers, and the Lakers get the big old win here, 114-106. Over the Spurs team. And there was a period at the beginning of the season where we were kind of seeing the Spurs potentially being a kind of dark horse team, but that's no longer the case. They're not beating any teams here. This is a chance in the time to beat the Lakers, since obviously no LeBron, but the Spurs still can't beat this team. So who did good for the Spurs last night? Keldon Johnson led the team in scoring, 24 points. Some lackluster performances with their starting lineup. Drew Eubanks, 2 points, 5 rebounds at the 5, and Doug McDermott, 8 points and 2 rebounds at the 4. But they got some solid bench contribution from Thaddeus Young, who we always know is playing absolutely very well this last year, and kind of so far the early kind of games so far this season. 17 points, 9 rebounds for Thaddeus Young off the bench, and then Devin Vassell, 19 points and 7 rebounds off the bench. Unfortunately, just come up a little bit short. And why did the Lakers get the win? Because of Anthony Davis, 34 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, getting it done. Russell Westbrook, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. He had 7 turnovers as well, but they're facing the Spurs, so he was still a plus 11 on the floor. Carmelo Anthony finds himself in the starting lineup in this game, and did he do good? He did all right. 15 points on very efficient shooting, 2 of 3 from the 3, and 71% on 7 shots from the field. He had 5 rebounds as well. Avery Bradley at the 2, 0 points in 22 minutes on 3 shots, and Talen Horton-Tucker at the 3, 17 points, 4 rebounds. Off the bench, Malik Monk, 16 points on 60% shooting. Thank you. Malik Monk getting it done here. We need him to be such a huge piece for this Lakers team if they have any chance at winning a championship this season. And he had a great game last night, and we'll see if he can keep it up. But the Lakers get the win, 114-106. Alrighty then, Bucks at Hawks, and the Hawks beat the Bucks here, but once again, this Bucks team is still missing a lot of pieces, so let's not kind of go overboard that this Bucks team is not great out of the get-go. No Chris Middleton, no Brook Lopez, so, they're gonna lose, and now you have to bring your bench to the starting lineup, so your bench is lackluster. I mean, their leading bench score was Jordan Nora, 6 points and 3 rebounds off the bench. I mean, you bring Bobby Portis into the lineup, you bring Pat Connaughton into the starting lineup, and now your bench shrinks, and that's exactly what's happening with this Bucks team. So yes, they're losing, which is obviously not the greatest, but they're not 100% healthy, so no big reasons to really freak out. Also, they really never got to the line. They got to the line 16 times this game, and 12 of those 16 times were Giannis. I mean, that's another huge reason why they were losing this game, could not get to the free throw line. But Giannis, 26 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Grayson Allen, 18 points on 4 of 7 from 3. Once again, another reason not to freak out on this Bucks team. Grayson Allen is getting it done. So once they're all healthy, and Grayson Allen just has to be the 5th scoring option out here and kind of the 3-pointer, just kind of a nice 3-point presence for this Bucks team, they'll once again be fine. They'll be fine, folks. No big worries here for this Bucks team. And then for the Hawks, getting the win here, big win for them. They've been struggling this season as well. Trae Young, 42 points. Holy moly, 42 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, 61% on 26 shots, and 8 of 13 from the 3. What a night by Trae Young. Bogdan Bogdanovic, 6 points on 28% shooting. Once again, still a little lackluster. Clint Capella, 12 points, 13 rebounds. John Collins, 19 points, 6 rebounds. And Kevin Huerter, 11 points and 6 rebounds. So they got it done with Trae Young. He's usually the one that's kind of putting up the big points on a nightly basis here to kind of bring this team close to winning games and being competitive. And last night it paid off. Hawks get the win. All right, then we get the Warriors at the Hornets, and the Warriors lost their second game of the season to the Hornets. Woof, not the best loss here with this Warriors team, but we know they're still fine. Steph Curry, 24 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. He only shot 3 of 13 from 3. Kind of a little bit of a reason why they lost, but he was still a plus 14 on the floor. That's what Steph Curry does. Jordan Poole, 13 points, 3 assists. A little lackluster game by him as well, only 33% shooting from the field. Andrew Wiggins moves to the the 4, and they moved Draymond Green to the 3, and Andrew Wiggins, 28 points, 6 rebounds, always reliable, led the team in scoring. Steph Curry was a little off scoring-wise, so Andrew Wiggins took it upon himself to get it done like we know he does really all the time out here. And then Draymond Green, 11 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds. So the starters all had it going. Not the best bench production coming off the bench, and they lose a close one to this Hornets team. LaMelo Ball, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. What a night by him. Terry Rozier, 20 points. Miles Bridges, 22 points, 8 rebounds. Off the bench, Kelly Oubre Jr., 10 points, 4 rebounds. We'll take that all day. Cody Martin, 12 points, 8 rebounds. We'll take that all day. And Gordon Hayward, still in the starting lineup, 10 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. So Hornets win by 4 here, 106-102, but the Warriors are still the best team in the league, folks. Do not worry. All right, then we get the Suns at the Rockets, and Rockets are trash. Suns blow them out, 115-89. Daniel Tice still in the starting lineup, so expect them to lose every single game still. Anybody do good out here? Christian Wood led the team in scoring, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Very well done by him. He's their only bright spot on this team. Kevin Porter Jr., 12 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Solid performance by him as well. Just unfortunate, Daniel Tice being there. Daniel Tice ruins this team. I don't know why anybody has Daniel Tice in their starting lineup. We get him out of there. Get him out of the league. I don't like to say that about any NBA player, but Daniel Tice needs to be taken out the league. The man is just not good. I don't know what to tell you. All right, and then for the Suns, Chris Paul, 15.7 steals, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. Devin Booker led the team in scoring, 26 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Once again, still winning without DeAndre Ayton, so JaVale McGee still at the 5, 19 points, 14 rebounds. Jay Crowder, 5 points on 7 shots, and then McCall Bridges, 14 points and 6 rebounds. Off the bench, Frank Kaminsky, 6 points, 6 rebounds on 16% shooting. Definitely could be a little bit better, but he's still getting some nice minutes out here, 23 minutes off the bench, and we absolutely love it. Cameron Payne, 13 points, 4 assists. Cameron Johnson, 10 points, 6 rebounds. That's the production we need from the Cameron brothers out there, and the Suns are able to once again get another win out here. What's their record now? What do we got for the Suns? 9-3. Look at that. Look at that. Did they go 0-3 and ripped off 9 straight here, folks? Is that what we're looking at here? Let me see. Because I know they started off really bad, and I think they've won like 8 or 9 straight games. What do we got here for the Suns? They're on an 8-game winning streak, folks. They started 1-2, folks. 1-3. They started 1-3, folks. 8-game winning streak. Absolutely fantastic for the Suns team. Just needed a couple games to get back to what they were last year, obviously making the finals, and now they are back and arriving and are doing it without their starting center. So do they need DeAndre Ayton? Will they trade DeAndre Ayton at the trade deadline? I don't think so, but anything's possible, I would say. All right, next game up here, Nets at the Thunder, and the Nets absolutely blow out the Thunder. The Thunder are not a good team. It's 120-96 win for this Nets team, and it's all because Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's so gosh dang efficient this season. It's almost unbelievable. I don't think you would know how great Kevin Durant is unless you just look at the sheer numbers that this man is shooting, and then you just be like, no, that's got to be a lie. You're lying if you're telling me these numbers. But that's exactly what he's doing out here, folks. 33 points, 4 assists, 8 rebounds on 52% shooting. Again, just so gosh dang efficient. We've seen him shooting 90% on like 10-plus shots. We've seen him shooting 80% on like 15-plus shots. We've seen him shoot 70% on like 15, 17, 18-plus shots. I mean, this man is absolutely the most pure shooter in the game right now, Kevin Durant, folks. James Harden, 16 points, 13 assists, 6 rebounds. Those two were the main reasons why they got the win. Great contributions from Patty Mills off the bench, 29 points, and LaMarcus Aldridge, 15 points, 8 rebounds. So, once again, the bench players coming up big for this Nets team. And we'll see if Patty Mills, this is the first real great performance by Patty Mills, and we'll see if he can keep this going here to be a great necessary bench piece for this Nets team. And then for the Thunder, Lugan Stort still having a pretty good game out here. 20 points, 3 rebounds, shot 72%. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 23.6 rebounds. Nobody else really put up more than double-digit points out there besides Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Lugan Stort. Unfortunately, they had to go and face Kevin Durant. That's always going to result in a loss. Then we get the Blazers at the Nuggets. Nuggets blow out the Blazers, 124-95. Once again, the Blazers are past their peak. They are done. They are done. I know, no Damian Lillard last night, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. We've seen Damian Lillard in, we've seen Damian Lillard out, and it always results into a loss out here. So they move Anthony Simons to the 1, 16 points, 4 assists, and CJ McCollum, 21 points, led the team in scoring. And then for this Nuggets team, still winning it without Michael Porter Jr., and they have to thank their bench for really the reason why they won. We had Jokic, 28 points. That's our 10 minutes, so we got to go quickly here to finish up this last game here. But Jokic, 28 points, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. He always gets it done. Aaron Gordon, 11 points, 3 rebounds. We had Monte Morris, 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. But look at this bench, folks. PJ Dozier, 12 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. JaMychal Green, 12 points. Bones Highland, 18 points. Facundo Campazzo, 13 points, 4 assists. And let's shout out Zeke Naji, 8 points and 10 rebounds. So what a great bench performance for this Nuggets team. And they're really going to need their bench to truly get it done if they want to kind of make up for the lackluster, or if they want to make up for the scoring production that Michael Porter Jr. gives them on a nightly basis now that he is out. So Nuggets beat the Blazers. And then the last game of the night, Bulls at Clippers, the one that we were so excited to watch. And the Bulls get the win here, 190. A great game all around. And this Clippers team hung with them throughout. So once again, this Clippers team is the real deal, folks. No question, no concerns, no debate. Clippers are for real. But the Bulls last night, Zach LaVine, 29 points, 8 rebounds. DeMar DeRozan, 35.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Fantastic. No Vucevic down low for them. So Lonzo Ball took 14 shots, only 10 points. Didn't score at the good pace that Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan scored. But he took 14 shots, 28% shooting, 10 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. And they were able to pull their way for the win. And then, unfortunately for this Clippers team, Paul George, 27 points, 11 rebounds. He tried his damnedest. Reggie Jackson, a little lackluster scoring last night, 13 points, but on 23% shooting, 3 of 11 from 3. And we've seen Reggie Jackson be on a tear these last couple of games here. This is why the Clippers have really kind of increased their record, because Reggie Jackson's great contribution. Eric Bledsoe had a great night, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He shot 50% on 14 shots, and just unfortunately everything else was a little bit lackluster overall. So Clippers, they hung with them. Paul George tried his damnedest. Unfortunately, they lose by 10, 190.